Welcome to News Breakdown. With the current situation in regards to what's taking place in the US, I found myself wondering where all this started in terms of the origins of the first African Americans to arrive in the United States. Of course, we all know the horrific stories of the men, women and children being carted onto large boats to be taken to a foreign land they'd never visited. This then led me to the story of a William Tucker and his intriguing journey, which we will be taking a look at in this episode. William Tucker was the first person of African ancestry born in the 13 British colonies. His birth symbolized the beginnings of a distinct African American identity along the eastern coast of what would eventually become the United States. William Tucker was born in 1624 near Jamestown in Virginia, the son of Anthony and Isabel, two African indentured servants. Historians do not know much about William Tucker's life due to the fragmented pieces of primary source material available for contemporary study. According to the 1624 to the 1625 Virginia census, 22 Africans lived in Virginia at the time of the Tucker's birth. The first 20 of these Africans arrived in 1619 and all of them worked under indentured servitude contracts. These men and women were not slaves because Virginia's General Assembly had not yet worked out the terms of the enslavement in the colony. Consequently, these first Africans in the Virginia received the same rights, duties, privileges, responsibilities and punishments as their white indentured counterparts from Great Britain, who would have been sent there as a form of punishment to the new colonies in the United States. They also worked under the same terms, and many but not all were given land at the end of their period of indenture. In fact, their descendants became the nucleus of the free black population which existed in Virginia prior to the Civil War. William Tucker's parents were among this group of 22 first Africans that worked for Captain William Tucker, hence the name, the Virginia envoy to the Pamunkey Indians, and his wife Mrs. Mary Tucker. Anthony and Isabella participated in the establishment of Elizabeth City County, Virginia, which is now the city of Hampton, in 1634. In the early 1620s, Captain Tucker allowed the couple to wed, though the practice violated English custom for indentured servants. Anthony and Isabella married at least a year before giving birth to their son William Tucker in 1624. William Tucker seems to have had a childhood similar to that of other children born to indentured servants in the colony. According to the 1624 to 1625 census, there were two other servant children, both white, born around the time of William Tucker. Many facts regarding Tucker's life have remained a mystery. The historical record did not reveal his personal experiences in Virginia, whether he was married or had children thereafter, or the date of his death either has not been revealed. What was known was Tucker's baptism in the Anglican Church and that it was named after his family's master, Captain William Tucker. Young William Tucker was counted as one of Captain Tucker's 17 servants. So let's take a look at the modern day story. Are there any relatives that descend from William Tucker? So back in 2019, it marked 400 years since the first arrival of Africans to the Americas. And in 2019, relatives of William Tucker were able to trace their lineage back to 1619, back to William Tucker himself. A few years back, the modern day Tucker family said they'd used ground penetrating radar to search a piece of their property and found 104 unmarked graves. Those graves, according to the family, are likely the remains of their ancestors who were among the first enslaved Africans to arrive in the new colonies in 1619. So in conclusion on this short piece, on this short episode, 400 plus years on, this man is still remembered by many and he still has living relatives. It is a remarkable journey and it is amazing that his living family can trace their lineage back to the 1620s and back to someone like William Tucker, who is, as I said, the first seed that was sowed for the African American people and their descendants thereon after, who still live and exist in the United States. So once again, thank you so much for watching News Breakdown. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. If you are listening to the audio version on whatever podcast platform you are listening from, by all means, please do click that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching News Breakdown.